Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father. I have an awesome interview lined up for you guys this evening. I have Big Dad Ritch from Texas Hippie Coalition, and I want to tell you this right now: if you want some down home southern rock and roll, red dirt metal with some Pantera, Hell Yeah, ZZ Top, these guys are the ones to listen to. Big Dad, how's it going on, man?
All good, man. All good.
So let's talk about Peacemaker. You guys are actually tearing it up right now. How does it feel with the new CD?
Oh, man, it's great. You know, I mean, to have the first single stay on, Active Rock Top 40 for 16 weeks, and then to have the new single have such a great response, it's just incredible. You know, I got a message on Friday that said that after one day on Octane, Damn You to Hell by Texas Hippie Coalition was at number 2.
That's awesome.
Can't beat that. Well, I mean, I guess you could if it's number 1.
Well, we need to push it to get it to number 1. That's exactly what we need to do for you guys.
I'm sure that song will start whooping everybody's ass soon enough.
Hopefully. This new CD, Peacemaker, how does it follow up to the other two that you guys have had out previously to this? How does this one hold up to those two?
Oh, man, it's just kind of like always, it's kind of like going from a little old farm to a big old farm. A small 50 cattle ranch to a big old 5,000 cattle ranch. The other albums, we were just writing songs in the garage and having fun and, just trying to write songs that just felt good and meant something, to us. And in that way, if we express them right and get the energy across, that it'll mean something to the listener. And that's our point. And I think that everything that we've done before, we kind of we put ourselves in a little, it was kind of like we were cattle on a ranch and we had barbed wire and you couldn't go too far. On this album here, Peacemaker, we decided to go ahead and cut down the barbed wire, so to speak, and make it open range. And I think that in past albums where we might have took you to stories of the heart, well, this time we took you deep into the heart, and other times when we took you to the to the dark place of the soul, I think this time we just took you even deeper into the black hole of the soul, so to speak. So it's definitely a larger canvas with a bigger stroke from a larger brush, most definitely.
Definitely with this CD, it's a really good CD from you guys. A lot of hard hitting, a lot of heavy songs on it. So really glad to have it on our show, actually, to be playing it a lot for you guys.
Right on, man. Keep spinning that son of a bitch.
How did you get started into music?
Man, when I was a little kid, I seen Johnny Cash at a young age, and it was on a show on TV back then, and I just, for some reason, I knew that I was going to do something like that. I don't know how I knew at that early age, and my grandparents and my parents and everybody used to always say that they used to call me the show stealer, because I could steal a show. I was at 5 years old, I was in a play called Cinderella, and I was one of the mice, and I was just supposed to bring out a little fan and hand it to the actress playing Cinderella. And when I got out there, she was redhead for some reason. I just gave it to her and mixed up and gave her a big old kiss. And I don't mean like a kiss on the cheek. I mean, I was trying to marry her at age 5. I was trying to marry this girl. She was such a beautiful redheaded lady, and I mean, this stole the show. The place erupted and went crazy, and ever since then, I've always, wanted to do something, and later on in life, I had to do a lot of other things. I had a company called 5 Time Productions, which was kind of like a low-level UFC, and had a fishing company here, a fishing guide service here in North Texas for about 10 years, but I finally just decided to sell it all about 10 years ago and start making music, and here we are, man.
That's awesome. Now, other than yourself, who else is in the band?
I got my longtime bandmate, my longtime partner, man. We've been running and gunning together now for 10 years, and so my bass player, John Extall, the ladies call him the porn star. And we can't tell you why. It's a family show. And then I got back here on drums, young kids like family to me. When back when he was 16 years old, he was begging me to let him be in this band, and I told him, I said, man, you're 16 years old, I can't even get you into half the clubs we're playing, and it's going to be hard. But now he's 19, and he's ready to go. Been with me for about a half a year. He's just a solid little son of a gun, and his name's Gunner Moulton, and we call him Machine Gunner, and he hails from Fort Smith, Arkansas. Actually, he don't like to say he's from any town in Arkansas. He hails from a hill in Arkansas. And, you know, a while back we did a guitar search, go through a lot of guitar players. You know, guitar players, they like to, you know, they like to have their own space in their own area, you know, and everything. So a lot of them come in for a little while, jam with me, you know, and then they decide that maybe they might want to do something on their own, or maybe this hard road, this hard life of the music business might not be for them. And, you know, but so we went ahead and did a search and found that, you know, 160 people come in to try out for the part. And somehow, some way, out of 160 entries, and I mean from all around the world, Canada, South America, even Europe, even one entry from Australia, and I ended up picking one boy that happened to be from Texas. And I don't know how the hell that happened, but we got us a good old Texas boy, and his name was Cord Pool, Pool. And then he called me up and he said, "Hey, man, there's no need to even try out any other guitar players than me, because I'm going to tell you right now, what you need to do, Big Dad, is you need to get your Cord Pool." So here we are, man, and we're taking the stage and we're kicking people in the neck.
The music scene in your area, do you guys get a lot of fan support?
No, not really. I mean, you know, we toured, you know, with Skinner, Nazareth, Black Label. We've done stuff with, you know, Korn, Bad Company. I mean, hell, you know, we've played with Gary Allen, Cross Canadian Ragweed. It don't really matter to us, you know. We'll go open up for anybody, you know. Mm-hmm. And it seems like we're fitting in just about anywhere, from country to classic rock to 80s rock to southern rock to, you know, modern day boys that are out there kicking it right now. For me, it's just a way for me to go see shows for free.
But that's cool, though, man. You guys can fit your music into these other realms of music. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Yeah, I think that's awesome that any band can do that. With your guys' writing and the music, do all of you guys contribute, or is it just you putting it down? How's it work?
Well, you know, I'm the composer. You know, I usually have the final say on the songs and stuff. I write all the lyrics, but you know, musically, if the guys come to the table with something that we can work with, more than happy to get off into that. But mostly me and John, we write most of the songs, and everybody else just kind of puts in their 2 cents. But it's really starting to become more of a unit of writing system than it has been in the past, because Gunner is a big-time writer who loves to be a part of it. He's been writing songs since he's about 7 or 8 with his brother, who happens to be in a band called Willie Stradlin, which is a great country band. They've had it #1 in the Texas music charts, a song called Sweet Melissa, I think is. So what's the name of that song? Sweet Melissa, yeah, I know. So, I mean, they, you know, and Cord, he's so full of music, you know. I mean, he got, you don't ever see him without a guitar in his hand, you know. I tell him all the time he's got music diarrhea. He's just shitting it out.
What would you say your favorite album is from Texas Hippie Coalition?
The next one.
The one you guys are writing on now.
It's going to kick ass. We've already got some songs we're working on. One of them's called I and Mighty. And, you know, there's just some great ideas right now. The songs, you know, it seems like on this last album we really got our, you know, how we like to have the songs laid out, you know, our structure. That we're not, you know, if you listen to the 3 albums, you know, structured songs, the music that's out there, a lot of it is structured. We have a hard time falling into a patternistic writing system, you know, and that's mostly my fault because of how I do my composition. But I like to keep the listener interested from beginning to end. So kind of like a Quentin Tarantino film, like Pulp Fiction or something, you know, I might have the end at the beginning, and you know, we might just, you know, just take you back and forth all throughout the song, you know. But I think that right now that just the way that this band is writing songs is just really coming into its own.
Who would you say a major influences were for you coming up? You know, that such as ZZ Top, bands like that. Who are some of your favorite influences?
You know, growing up at a young age, you know, Waylon and Willie, I wanted to be an outlaw so bad. You know, I had outlaw in my blood, and Johnny Cash is the reason why I wear all black, and I think a lot of songwriters out there, whenever they start to get too much into themselves, they pick the pencil up off the paper, and they don't want to write that down. They don't want the world to know that. But me, I kind of like in the Johnny Cash style of writing, I want them to know everything. I don't want them, I don't want to hide the dark things about me. I don't want them to be secretive. I need to be wide open out in front of everybody, I think that whenever that comes across in a song, it's more than paying homage, to your heroes. It's just really a great way of self-expression. And later on in life, of course, found Van Halen and Motley Crue, always had Leonard Skinner, ZZ Top, Molly Hatchet with me, 38 Special, always listened to that good Southern rock, loved it growing up, and then later on in life found Pantera and Corrosion of Conformity, and just was wearing those guys out, so that my influence comes from such a broad stretch. I know there's a lot of bands out there that, they may only be influenced by one genre, but I love all music. I listen to everything. I got my kids here got me listening to dubstep every once in a while, even, and I ain't crazy about it, but, I don't want to tell them that. I want to encourage whatever they want to play or do.
Right.
I like all music, and, I always tell everybody, this is just the path I chose. If I wanted to be a rapper, I'd be bigger than Jay-Z ever was. Beyonce would be my gal.
And too, music is so much a relief for people, and music is a never-ending story too.
Yeah, it is, and that's the great thing about music is it's forever, and even if if it's been a long time since you've heard a song, it'll still sink into your brain every once in a while, and you'll find yourself singing it, and you'll be thinking, you're just sitting there singing all seven, and we'll watch them fall up. Man, I haven't listened to Prince in a long time. It'll sneak up on me.
You guys get the music from song to song, and they're different, and that's what I like. And you guys have your own unique sound. You guys call it Red Dirt Metal. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Right on. Well, Red Dirt is used by a lot of the country bands in the Oklahoma, Texas area. Of course, it branches out to Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, over to Colorado and Mexico and all that, I'm sure. But Texas and Oklahoma is where its foundation seems so formed with bands like Tony Robinson, Cross Canadian Ragweed, Kevin Fowler, Johnny Cooper, and all of these bands, these are bands that I love. I love listening to these bands because I love the storytelling in the song. And therefore, whenever I write songs, there's some storytelling. The storytelling comes across, and those guys, all those bands, they get a hold of our CDs, and they love us. When Cross Canadian is in town, we go see them. When we're in town, they come see us. It's just something them boys done us. And, one day I turned around, and somebody's hollering Red Dirt Metal for life, and it was old Johnny Cooper. And I was just like, well, doggone, man, that's Red Dirt Metal. I like that. It sounds pretty good. And, that's what they've dubbed us, and we're just happy as hell to wear that badge. It's an honor for us. And like I said, we just keep getting accepted into all the communities of music. And whenever the musicians are accepting me, and especially in all genres like that, it just makes you feel good and let you know that, hey, man, I'm being accepted by my peers. And, to be accepted by your peers, no matter what your line of work, you got to know that means you're doing a good job.
Exactly. What can fans expect at a show from you guys?
Man, fans expect to get kicked in the neck when I'm there. That's what I'm there to do. I'm there to whoop everybody's ass. I'm there to make everybody leave like they just was. I don't mean like they went to a hockey game. I want them to leave like they were in a hockey game. And not only did they score 3 goals and get a hat trick, they also got in a fight and got their ass whooped. You know what I mean? It's a ball game, man, and we're out to have fun. We are, a lot of people say that we bring that Motley Crue party atmosphere to the stage, but we still got that, outlaw Waylon Willie, let's drink some whiskey. I mean, often I have to take time just to have a toast or take a swig off of some moonshine, and it's always good to toast your fans. And like I say, man, I tell my fans all the time, I'm not here tonight to treat you like fans. I'm not here tonight to treat you like friends. I'm here tonight to treat you like family.
That's awesome. The first time you guys heard the fans singing your songs, what was your reaction? How did you feel about that?
Oh man, that's the thing about it. Our fans, they love this band so much, and it's almost hard for me to accept. I only feel this love from my children. You know what I mean? The love this strong is crazy, and they will sing. I mean, they'll sing every song, every word, and I mean the whole crowd is just giving it all they got. It's like a redneck choir. You know what I'm saying? It's just beautiful, and often for me, it's overwhelming. I was on stage in Brazil in front of 120,000 people, and they speak Portuguese down there, and they're singing, my song back at me so loud that it's over the PA. I can hear, thousands and thousands of people just singing this song. And I mean, it just made me weep right there on stage. I just started crying. I had to tell Brazil, I love you, Brazil. Thank you so much. Yeah. And it's that way everywhere we go now. Shows are selling out. People are really starting to take recognition. And it just makes me feel good that, we can take some real music, because this is some real stuff here, man. We're not out to be rock stars. I don't ever sit down and pray to the Lord that He turned me into a rock star. I pray to the Lord to put supper on the table for me and my kids, to keep a roof over my head, to maybe let me have one vehicle left after the kids ball too. You know what I mean? But I mean, I just, never sit down and prayed, to be a rock star, to pray to have millions of dollars, and I just want to do what I love to do, and I love this music, and to have fans like I have, you don't have fans like this and it not be real, because the way you can tell how real this band is come to a show and look in the audience. Them some real people, them some real people, real fans.
Mm-hmm. What would you say Texas Hippie Coalition brings to the table for music?
Man, we're saving rock and roll right now, man. I mean, honest to God's truth. Go turn on your radio. What do you hear?
Yeah, that's for sure.
There ain't too much real, honest, and I mean honest to God rock and roll. I think the Foo Fighters' last album had a lot of good rock and roll. I think Clutch's new album's got a lot of good rock and roll. But, I'm telling you right now, someone has stole my rock and roll from my radio, and I don't fucking dig it. And my goal is to wear this cape and to get out here and save the world and let the world know there's something out there better than what you're dialing into. There's something better out there than what you're turning up. What you need to do is find something like this that's real and turn it up. I ain't saying it's got to be this band, because there are some bands out there like that right now trying to come up, trying to get their head up above water. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Blackstone Cherry, there's a band that's doing it for real. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And you just got to keep on doing it, man. You got to keep on trying and make sure that you're heard by the masses. Them apostles, even Peter and Paul. You got to cover some land. You got to cover some territory, and that's what we do. We tour, we play everywhere, and we don't stop. People always ask me, when you guys going on tour, or when you guys going to be back from tour? Never. We're always on tour. We're never coming back from tour. We're just always gigging, always playing. And in this day and age, if you ain't doing it live on stage, you ain't doing it right.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of these good bands that's what they're doing. They're busting their ass on the road right now, and you know that just as well as I do.
That's the way you got to do it. If in this industry right now, it is the survival of the fittest, and you got to get out there and tour nonstop. And that's one reason I think a lot of the world, a lot of the United States knows this band, is because we haven't stopped. The last 7 years, we've had our nose to the grindstone, and we're just kicking people in the neck and taking names.
Man, I want to thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I really appreciate your all's music, and thank you for what you're all doing.
Hey, man, I appreciate the hell out of you, man. Thank you for your interest. And, we're just just a little old band from a podunk town in the great state of Texas. And if we don't have people like you out there, putting us in people's ears, we're never going to reach our goals in life. And I just thank you so much for helping us to achieve those goals.
You're very welcome, my friend. Anything you guys need from me in BODS Mayhem Hour, your brother has my contact. Just hit me up, and I'll help you all out.
Right on, man. I want to shout out to the coalition. We come from Texas, and they call us the hippies, but all of our fans out there worldwide, they're the coalition. And a big shout out to our troops out there, man. Thank y'all for keeping this flag high and mighty. And I want everybody out there to know that my state flag and my other flag are red, white, and blue, baby. And that's what I believe, red, white, and blue.
That's exactly right. How can people get a hold of you guys to say, hey, we love your music, or how can we buy your merch?
Right on, we got thcoutlaw.com going over there. I just, I've always had other people handling my merch for years, and this year I started my own company, and on 420 we go worldwide, and the company's called Hostile, like Big Hoss, Hostile, HOSSTYLE. You can get all our products off the thcoutlaw.com and come in stores soon.
Awesome. Man, would you care to do a promo for the show if you don't mind?
Not at all, man. Hit me up. What you got?
Just say this is Big Dad Ritch from Texas Hippie Coalition, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
BODS Mayhem Hour?
Yes, sir.
Right on, you got it. Yo, this is Big Dad Ritch of the Texas Hippie Coalition, baby. And you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'll give you one more here.
Well, I want to give a big shout out to Texas Hippie Coalition, Big Dad Ritch, and those guys, because they kick ass. And if you get a chance to go see them live in concert, go watch them. Their music is great. There's not a bad song that these guys have not put out. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't like it, come tell me. But we got some more music coming up from these guys. Stick around, because you only hear these interviews right here on Uber City Radio and BODS Mayhem Hour. Later, guys.